Good morning, everybody. We'll begin today's session. I have taken more calculator-based questions in this time also. Next time I'll try to take less questions if you're comfortable with it. Okay. Yeah. So this is a more visualization and calculation-based question. You're given a cube. The cube is dissected by one plane of 1/6 side length and one plane at half, 1/2 side length, in each of the three dimensions of x, y, and z axis. So along all the three planes, you are dissecting 1/6 and 1/2 of the side of the cube. How many cubes will be formed after dissecting the larger cube? How many cubes will be formed after you dissect the whole cube? Try answering it on your own. We'll solve it together. It's actually very simple. You just need to make a small diagram of how the cube will be. You just have to make a small diagram of how the cube will be dissected, and it will be much easier once you make the diagram of how many number of cubes will be there. Please note this question is not possible unless until you really sketch out all the lines in all the dimensions in the cube. Even if you do it on the three dimensions which are visible in the solid cube, it is easier for you. I'm first drawing the half length, okay? So the way I have drawn, this is how the cutting part, this is how basically the cube will be cut. Okay. This is 1/6. This is the half line, half dimension line. And along all the three visible planes and along all the axes, I have drawn these cut lines. Now, I'm attributing one length. So I'm assuming that this overall dimension is 6. I'm assuming that the overall dimension of the cube is 6 because my lowest side length is 1/6, which means ye half 3 hoga, ye half bhi 3 hoga. Half will be 3, 3 and 3. Which means ye wala jo 1/6 hai will be 1 unit. So this will be 1 unit, this will be 2 unit, and this will be 3 units. Likewise, on the other side also 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units, 1 unit, 2 units, and 3 units. 1 unit, 2 units, and 3 units. This will be roughly the kind of dimensions which will be formed. Now, if I take, if I take just this row, first row, if I draw just a third 3-dimension, Anvi Shimoli, wrong answer. If I just draw a 3-dimensional view of the row 1, I don't need to, but I'm just drawing it for your clarity, okay? In the exam, you actually don't need to. Without drawing it only, you will get how many cubes will be there in the first row. This is 1 unit height. यहाँ पे 1 unit का ऐसा कट आएगा आपका, ये कट पूरा का पूरा जाएगा. This will be a 2 units cut. ये 2 sorry, I'm not drawn it proportionately. ये 2 यूनिट का कट है, ये 1 यूनिट का कट है, और ये 3 यूनिट्स का कट है. यहाँ पे भी सेम चीज, 1 unit, 2 unit, and 3 units. The number of cubes that will be formed in the first row, just this row, first row itself, this much row, just this row will be 1 cube only. यहाँ पे सिर्फ 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. So the number of cubes that we find in the first row is just this 1 cube. There will be just 1 cube which will be formed in the first row. In the second row, this is how the second row will look like. This is a 2-dimension height. 2 unit height. The same thing will happen, 1 unit dimension, 2 unit dimension. Sorry for the proportion, but this is 1, 2, and this is the 3 dimension. 1, 2, and the 3 unit dimension. So ऐसा कुछ होगा. In this thing again, the kind of cube, the number of cubes that will be formed, sorry, the cubes that will be formed, it will be again 1, which is 2 by 2 by 2 cube. This is a 1 by 1 by 1 cube, and this will be a 2 by 2 by 2 cube. बाकी सब cuboids है. So in row 2 also there will be 1 cube will be formed of 2 height, 2 length, and 2 breadth. Likewise, when I draw the third row, when I draw the third row also, okay, I need to draw it a little bit above. I'm drawing it here. I'm sorry. There's no space. With a height of 3. ये इसका थर्ड रो का हाइट 3 है यहाँ से. 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. The only cube in this case which will be formed is 1, which is this cube, which is this dimension cube is 3 by 3 by 3. So in total, when I dissect the cube along the 1/6 and half side length, along all the 3 planes, I will be getting a total of 3 cubes. Is this clear? Any doubts, any questions? Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay, we'll move to the next one. So we are given this case of a guy who loves fruits. With his monthly allowances, he can either buy 50 apples or 40 bananas. There are 2 cases only, for apples or bananas. There are 50 apples or 40 bananas. 1 month he decided to save 10% of his allowances. After buying 20 bananas, how many apples can he buy? It's a very simple one, actually. In this kind of question, we will start with an assumption. I'm giving you a hint here, okay? In this kind of question, start with an assumption. Say, if this guy has 100 bucks, 100 rupees, how many apples can he, or how many fruits or apples can he buy after that? Ye wala part. Start with an assumption of 100 rupees. It will be easier for you. Because here, money is in multiple of the number of fruits. That's why. We can start the number can be 200 also. It can be 500 also. Okay. We can start with the total allowance that he has, monthly total allowance that he has in the starting to be 100, 200, 500, anything. Because everything is in multiple of fruits or price of 1 fruit. So at the end of the day, start to make your life easier, start with an assumption that this person has 100 rupees as total monthly allowance. Vishwa, correct answer. Khushi, correct answer. Tanvi, wrong answer. Manya, correct answer. Khushbu, correct answer. Tanvi, wrong answer. Okay, chalo, let's do this, okay? Now let's assume that Robert has 100 rupees. Now, this guy can either buy 50 apples. So if he can buy from 100 rupees, if he can buy 50 apples, which means the price of one apple will be 2 rupees. Now, if this guy from 100 rupees, if he can buy 40 bananas, which means price of one banana will be 2.5 rupees. Now he decides to save 10% of his allowance. So 10% of allowance is saved. So remaining allowance, which he can spend on fruits, will be 90 rupees. Now the price of 20, he has already bought 20 bananas. So the price of 20 bananas will be 20. The price of one banana was 2.5. 20 into 2.5, which will be equal to 50 rupees. Out of 90 rupees, he has already spent 50 rupees. So the amount that he has, amount that Robert has is equal to 90, which is coming from this 10 after 10% allowance, minus 50, which is the price of 20 bananas. The answer is 40 rupees he has. Therefore, the apples that Robert can buy which will be equal to 40 rupees upon 2 rupees of per apple, which is equal to 20 apples, which is the answer. Any doubts, any questions in this?
What's the meaning of allowance?
Allowances is the money that he has, is the monthly remuneration or monthly pocket money that Robert gets.
Oh.
Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay. move to the next. Yeah. So here you're given a pin. This pin is connected perpendicular to the center of the circular disc. A little push will make this kind of pin rotate, and it will rotate along the gray circle. How many turns does it take to come back to its original position? How many turns will this pin take to come back to its original position? Try solving it. I'm not sure if you have done this earlier or not, but there's some doubt which came to me by somebody. So try solving it once. We'll solve it together once. Guys, it's actually very simple. Try gauging the circumference of both. Okay, in this case, you just have to find the circumference of the purple one. The circumference of the gray is easy. For the circumference of purple one, you will be using a sine theta method. Okay, in this case. No, Tanvi, you divide it. You don't subtract it. Here, Anvi, correct answer. Okay. In this case, I'm just drawing this, sorry. I'm just drawing the triangle which we'll be taking up. So this triangle we're drawing, which is a right angle triangle. This is the right angle here. It will look something like this. It's exaggerated. This is 30 degrees. Sorry, draw it to proportion. This total dimension we are not concerned of. The hypotenuse is 10 centimeters. We need to find this radius r. This is radius r. I'm not concerned of this dimension x, okay? It can be anything. But I'm more concerned of the radius r of the purple circle. So using sine theta, this is 90 degrees. So sine 30 degrees, sine of 30 degrees, which will be opposite r upon hypotenuse dimension, which is 10. Sine 30 value is 1 by 2 is equal to r upon 10. So the value of r will be equal to 5 centimeters. Now r is 5 centimeters, we know that. So also the r of the gray circle is 10 centimeters. So if I just try to find a ray, if I say chalo x turns will be taken. So I am assuming x turns will be taken by purple circle to come back to its original position. So the turns which means the total circumference of gray circle, which is 2 pi r is 10 centimeters, is equal to, will be completed by x turns multiplied by the circumference of the purple circle. When we write it here like this, so what it means is 2 pi is the circumference, is the length which is taken by the purple circle from the starting position here, which is, this is the total length, which is the circumference of the gray circle, is equal to x multiplied by the module, that is the circumference of the purple circle, is 2 pi f. So this will equate. So turns will be equal to 2. Total number of turns that purple circle will take will be equal to 2. Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay. So you're given a situation of, this is MSQ based question. One or more option is correct in this case. A food delivery company wishes to redesign its app ecosystem. A designer has been asked to conduct research interviews for this activity. Which of the following people should the designer interview? People who deliver the food ordered through app, employees of the restaurant who offer food through the app, customer support employees of the food delivery company, and existing users of the app. It's MSQ, which means one or more answer is correct. Please write your answer in the chat. Here, partially correct answer. Kushi, Arya, Tanvi, Shumoli, partially correct answer. Naishi, partially correct answer. Anvi, partially correct answer. Diya, Naishi, partially correct answer. In this case, all the 4 answers are correct. A, B, C, D. Because in order to redesign the app ecosystem, the whole ecosystem of the app, you not only need to interview the people who deliver the food, which are the boys who will be delivering the food, or the girls who will be delivering the food. You also need to also need to interview the employees of the restaurant who are often making the food, creating the making the whole package, which will be taken up by the people. You also need to interview the customer support employees who will be in contact in case of any complaints or issues faced by the delivery person or the customer. And you also need to interview the existing users of the app. All four people are important. If I'm completely redesigning the whole app ecosystem, I'm not catering to one issue. I'm redesigning the whole app ecosystem itself. So every person who will be who will be taking part in any kind of small service, be it the person who will be delivering, be it the employees of the restaurant who will be packing the food and keeping it ready, be it the customer support employees who will be in touch with the customer for any issues, or with the food delivery person for any issues, or be it the existing user or the customers of the app. I need to, in order to redesign, I need to check if there are any issues, concerns, or positive aspects of the current app ecosystem faced by all these three people. So all answers A, B, C, and D are correct. Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay, we'll move to the next one. A zookeeper has X baboons and Y monkeys. One day, the zookeeper was told 7 of the animals have escaped the zoo. From only this information, he was able to deduce that at least one baboon has escaped. Which of the following does not represent the possible XY pair? It says MCQ. Only one answer is correct in this case. It's not MSQ. You have to guess which pair is not possible at all of all these. Pratvi, wrong answer. Anvi, Diya, correct answer. Tanvi, wrong answer. Shrimoli, wrong answer. This is actually very simple. See, what you're told here, look at this one condition. One day the zookeeper was told that only 7 animals, sorry, not only, but 7 animals have escaped. And from this, एक minute. From this information, he was able to deduce that one baboon, at least, I'm just writing, sorry, at least one baboon has escaped. In order to deduce that out of these 7 animals, at least one baboon has escaped, the division between X and Y should be such that the monkeys number has to be less than 7. The total number of monkeys number has to be less than 7. Only then one can deduce that out of the 7 animals escaped, at least one baboon has escaped. So in order for this to be true, which already implies that, I'm just writing it, number of monkeys has to be less than or equal to be less than 7, which means the number of monkey could be 6, could be 5, could be 4, 3, 2, or 1. It cannot be more than 7. Out of the given options, if you look at just the number of monkeys, which are options which says that the number of monkeys that are less than 7 is 2, 6, and 4. 2, 6, Y is the monkey. So 2, 6, and 4. So BCD is possible in this case. They are the possible options. The only thing which is not possible is having 8 monkeys. So option A will be the one, is the pair which is not possible to be housed by the enclosure. So A will be the correct answer. These are all the possible number of monkeys which can be housed. So 2, 6, 4 are isme. So I won't choose BCD. I will go with 8, which is higher than 7. So 10 or 8 is the pair which is not possible. Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay. In the paintings from Pablo Picasso's Blue period, colors are chosen from one part of the color wheel. From only one part of the color wheel, colors were chosen. They yield tonality of blue in spite of the presence of yellowish green, bluish purple, and so on. Therefore, it can be said that tonality is an outcome of which combination? Split complementary, double complementary, simple analogous, or triadic color combination. This is MCQ based question. Pratvi, Trisha, Tanvi, Shamoli, Khushi, wrong answer. Heer, Diya, correct answer. What it says is, from only one side of the, to yield the tonalities of blue, only one side of the color wheel is chosen. Only one side of the color wheel. So it could be bluish purple. It could be bluish, it could be bluish green. It could be bluish yellow, whatever. But it is only one side of the color wheel which is chosen. Anvi, correct answer. In this case, if you look at split complementary color scheme, split complementary color scheme looks something like this. Where if I take, why is it coming like this? Yeah. If I take blue on, if I take blue on one side, split complementary में और ये दो side के colors आएंगे, orange का एक side और orange का अलग दूसरा side, which is not the case. डबल कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री में ये जो दो साइड आएगा यहां से, दूसरा भी दो साइड यहां से आएगा, विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल अगेन बिकॉज वी आर लुकिंग एट colors from only one side of the wheel. Triadic में it is literally the trio. Second. This trio, for example, in triadic I can take blue, red and yellow, which are the trio, or I can take purple, orange and green, which is the trio. और एक कलर के एंगल में 120 डिग्री आएगा, which is not the case. So if you look at the definition of simple analogous color is colors which are adjacent to each other are simple analogous color. So if I am taking colors which are adjacent to each other, it has to be analogous color scheme only. So C is the correct answer in this case. Any doubts, any questions? Okay. Here, you're given a sheet of paper. The sheet of paper is folded like this. This is how the sheet of paper is folded. On this, when it is folded like this, on this sheet, I have written the word maker. How, the way it is shown here. यहाँ पे ऐसे maker लिखा है उन्होंने, roughly. Okay, roughly I'm just drawing it like this. But something like this is how maker is written on this. Once it is folded and kept it flat. What you have to guess is when I unfold this paper into a solid sheet, which of these, it is MCQ based question, which of these options will be formed when I open this paper? Tanvi, wrong answer. In this case, just guess, ये वाला अगर ऊपर आ रहा है आपका पेपर ऐसे, when it opens up like this, तो ये ऊपर वाला जो आपका part है, will it go on the back or will it be seen on the paper? Because if you observe the options very carefully, the upper part here, the upper part is missing. Here in C and D, the upper part is there. So guess when I open this paper up and I'm looking at just this much part, ये वाला side जो paper आएगा उस side, will I see the upper part or will I not see the upper part? This will help you in deducting two options at least. Pratvi, wrong answer. Khushi, correct answer. Anvi correct answer. Meera, Shumoli wrong answer. Heer correct answer. Once you deduce that upper part, you will be left with two options. After that two options, guess, look at the spacing which is there from the dotted lines. For example, ये ऐसे fold हो रहा है, right? Which means, see, this thing is folding like this. और ये वाला part आगे जा रहा है ऐसे. Which means, ये ऐसे fold होगा आपका. And then यहाँ से ये part ऐसे ऊपर जाएगा, which will come out like this again. Do that. Which means कि यहाँ पे मैं ये वाला फोल्ड ऐसे आएगा, which means यहाँ पे जितना भी टेक्स्ट मेरा राइटअप आएगा इतने पार्ट में, ये स्पेसिंग और ये स्पेसिंग इक्वल रहेगा because this is the part which is hidden. After that equidistance part, the next part of write-up will be happening in this part. So when I open this sheet up, if, one second, let me draw it. This is the fold line and this is the line where the text is happening. So if इतने part में वो text हो रहा है, after that, ये वाला, this part and this part, they are equidistant. So there will be, which are plane. वहां पे कुछ text नहीं होगा. So this dimension and this dimension is equal. And then after that, the next set of write-up will be happening in the part later on. यहाँ पे. So in order for this to be correct, you will have wherever there is text happening, उसके बाद दो parts will be equidistant, जहाँ पे fold आएगा. This is the fold line. And then the next part of text will be happening. Navya, Prathvi, correct answer. Shimoli, correct answer. Diya, wrong answer. So in this case, if you observe, now just by this part, जो फर्स्ट पार्ट के ये वाला फ्लिप होके पीछे चला जाएगा, तो ऊपर का पार्ट मुझे नहीं दिखेगा. So C and D both are wrong that way, because in C I can see this much part, in D also I can see this much part. So D or C or D दोनों गलत है. Now between A and B I will look at this equidistance part. कि जहां पे टेक्स्ट आ रहा है उसके बीच में are there equidistant and then there's another text happening. So at A, this is the case where it is seen very aptly. ये दोनों parts आपके equidistant है between these two, और यहाँ पे भी ये दोनों parts आपके equidistant है approximately. B में this part is fine, but यहाँ पे I see this spacing which is extra. In the lower part also I see this weird spacing and then I see one module, ये dotted line के बीच. So B गलत है, A will be the correct answer. Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay. Yeah. So there are some men and women in a group. Each person shakes hands with exactly one other person. Exactly one other person, okay? Not more, not less. Everybody will be shaking with exactly one person. After this round of handshakes, 8 men and 4 women found out that they shook hands with someone of the same sex. 8 men and 4 women found that they shook hands with somebody of the same sex, and they are shaking hands with only one person. The total number of handshakes exchanged in the entire group is 87. At the total number of handshakes you are given, 87. At most, maximum. How many women can be possibly there in the group? At most, how many women will be possibly there in the group? We solve it. We'll do it together, but try attempting to solve it once. Look, here you are given these two conditions are very critical for this. Every person shakes hands with one person, and 8 men and 4 women shook hands with the same gender. Now, 8 men. Now we first find out how many handshakes are present in with 8 men and 4 women who are shaking with the same gender. So 8 men will have at least 4 handshakes. Men, men, men. So there will be at least 4 handshakes, and for 4 women it will be 2 handshakes. Now, because one person is only shaking hand with one person, 8 men and 4 women who found out that they shook hand with the same gender, which means 8 men will be shaking hand with 4. This will be the combination men. So there are 8 men here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and henceforth there will be 4 handshakes here. So the total handshakes that will be accounted by the same gender will be 6 handshakes. Total handshakes in the group overall is 87. So the remaining handshakes after the 6 handshakes is 87 minus 6 is equal to 81 handshakes are still remaining. Now this 81 handshakes are done by both male and female together, because only 8 men and 4 women are involved with handshakes of the same gender. So these 81 handshakes will be done by men and women. 1 man and 1 woman shake hands. 81 times 1 man and 1 women shake hands, which means there has to be at least 81 women plus the first 4 women that were counted here. So 81 plus 4 women, which is equal to 85 women at most will be there in this group. Any doubts, any questions?
Ma'am, where from the 6 came?
6 यहाँ से आया, 4 plus 2, 6. So 8 men and 4 women, they shook hands with the same gender. So 8 men ke, how many handshakes will be there? There will be 4 handshakes. 4 women ke kitne handshakes आएंगे? 2 handshakes. So the total handshakes which are done by the same gender are 6 handshakes. Out of 87, the remaining handshakes after the 6 handshakes are 81. That's so on. Is it clear? Any doubts, any questions in this? Is it confusing? You can let me know right now. We can solve it again.
मैम मतलब जो 4 वुमेन है वो सिर्फ 2 बार ही हैंडशेक कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, बिकॉज ऐसा दिया है ना कि ईच पर्सन शेक्स हैंड्स विथ एग्जैक्टली वन पर्सन. एग्जैक्टली वन पर्सन दिया है यहाँ पे. सो एक इंसान अगर एक बार हैंडशेक करता है किसी इंसान के साथ, he or she won't be handshaking it another time with another person. So इसलिए the 4 women will be shaking hands. So this is 4 women, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is 1 woman, 2nd woman, 3rd woman and 4th woman. So these 4 women will be shaking hand only 2 times. Basically there will be only 2 handshakes. Sorry, not
ओके,
2 times.
मतलब वो लोग मतलब मिक्स हो गए, मतलब 2 वुमेन सिर्फ 2 वुमेन के साथ हैंडशेक कर रहे हैं, मतलब 4 अलग अलग नहीं कर रहे. दो वुमेन्स के साथ सिर्फ हैंडशेक कर रहे हैं. हमें ऐसा अजम्पशन लगा.
Assumption नहीं है, गिवन है. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ देयर आर 4 people and every person is supposed to handshake only once, तो कितने हैंडशेक होंगे? 2 handshakes, no? 4 लोग हैं and 1 person only shakes hand once, so there will be only 2 handshakes. That's right.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
How did you count the 81 handshakes?
See, 8 men and 4 women are shaking hand with the same gender and every person is shaking hand only once. So 8 men के आपके 4 हैंडशेक आएंगे because this is the number of men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. These are 8 men who are shaking hands together. So men 1, men 2 will be shaking hand once. Men 3, men 4 will be shaking hand once. Men 5, men 6 will be shaking hand once. And 7 and 8 men will be shaking hand once. So the total handshakes is 4. Likewise, for 4 women, the handshakes will be 2 handshakes. So 4 plus 2 handshakes done by same gender is 6 total handshakes are done of say by same gender. Now the total number of handshakes in the entire group is 87. Total handshakes is after including the handshakes by the same gender is 87. So after 87, the remaining after the 6 handshakes which are done by the same gender group, the remaining handshake are done by men or women. So basically men and women together. So that remaining handshakes are 87 minus 6 handshakes of the same gender, which is 81. Is it clear? 87 is the total handshakes of the entire group and minus 6 handshakes of the same gender. We get 81 handshakes. That's why. These 81 handshakes are done by men and women, mixed gender. One would be men and one would be women. So 81 multiplied by 1 man, 1 woman, and that's how we deduce that there will be 81 other women plus 4 previous women and hence for 85 women in total.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Any doubts, any questions?
Ma'am,
Isn't
85 the exact number? It can't be more or less than that. So why have they given at most?
it can be, so at most they are given as the maximum possible women. Ideally, it should be 85 women only in the whole group. I don't know why they've written at most, but the way I see it, it cannot be more than, if there are 87 handshakes happening, it cannot be more than, I mean, it cannot be more than 85 or even less than 85 that way. If we are assuming that there are
Okay,
only
ma'am.
men and women gender in the group, okay? Only from that assumption.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just ending today's session with this question. One second.